Okay, so the first step, as we discussed, is we have to figure out how to de-stress. And the second step is we have to figure out how to have positive accomplishments. And that's basically, obviously, the happiest life you can live. So, number one, we have to understand what stress really is. And once we understand that, we can understand how to counteract that. And stress is really quite simple. There's this Buddhist doctrine, which personally is not true, which is that, suffering is the lot of humanity. Well, the truth is, suffering is not the lot of humanity. We have a lot of people in America that basically just don't know what to do with their lives. So I think the reason why there was such a doctrine in the world is there was a great psychologist that really studied stress, and basically, he said that people are stressed from two things. The first is possibly from a circumstance. A person can be stressed from lack of money, be stressed from maybe he's ill, stressed from maybe his children. But the second thing is people get stressed from people. And this is a very, very important thing. And in a way, democracy really helped that out, because before democracy, there was a notion which is not entirely false, which is there's right and wrong. And there are many societies that are still like that. And basically, you little whippersnapper, you're going to have to do the right thing. And so when you have that kind of society, what happens is people are always on edge. For example, the Japanese society, they say the Japanese, they're not born, they're made. They have a whole thing. You bow this much or that much, depending on person's status. It's a whole kind of social structure. And no one is born into how many times and how low you have to bow. In other words, and they have a unique kind of social anxiety because they don't want to like mess up. And so even today, I'll just give you an example. I recently interviewed a very prominent psychiatrist, and he said that, there's no text message that you have to answer right away. So that's another kind of anxiety that's come on, that people feel like, oh, I've got to answer that guy right now. Well, actually, you don't. Answer him when it's convenient for you, when you're going to give the best answer. And studies show people would rather have a later, better answer than a sooner, worse answer. So the point is that we live in a time that there are many stress factors. So we have to understand that whenever you're worried about something, that is what stress is. Now, let's deal with the different factors and overcome them